Hey guys, today we have someone special with us. We have Indo Gaming, aka King Craven, and we have his brother Tone Main, aka Indo Gaming Smoke.
Yo.
And today we're playing some space age role playing game. We have the characters Kraven, who is a Kazink berserker, aka a big looking, gray looking demon, and he's a berserker. It's self-explanatory. Then we have the character Elevated, who's a Nesune bioengineer, basically an angel folk healer slash robot engineer. It's really everything you need to know about playing this game. You can find at the Nerd of Steel Facebook group. So if you're curious, go down there, check it out. You can find a player making handbook down there and get all the information you need. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start, guys. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so right now, both of you are in desperate need of money, I'm assuming. So you find yourself on this rundown, backwater-looking desert planet, and do y'all know each other?
Mikey? Yes. Yes, we do know each other.
All right, cool.
Fact.
All right, cool. So, you both of you, of course, know each other, and y'all are walking through this city together. Now, I'll let y'all decide later on how long you've known each other and whatnot. But as we know right now, you're both partners. You work together to do jobs and whatnot together. And this city is basically a desert city. And all the buildings seem to be welded together from scraps and pieces of metal. And there's several people walking around the city of all races and types. They look, most of them look very shady. What do y'all want to do?
Let's look around for. I need some money, dog. Let's get some money. Let's look around for some. Since it's a shady town, we should look around for some shady stuff we can do to get some money.
All right, cool.
Get right into the action.
All right, so where do you want to go to do that?
Like what kind of shops or houses are around? Like what's the street layout?
All right, so the streets are pretty much nothing but like dirt. There's tall buildings all along the area going into dark alleys and often other streets. As far as shops, there are several shops around. Most of them run down places that have things from items to weapons to gear to armor to food. Everything that you would imagine would be in the city. You can find a bar. You can find.
How much money do you have, Mikey? Sorry. Let me check my bag real quick. Actually, what's your name on here?
His name's
So I
Kraven.
can actually call you that.
Yeah, call him Kraven.
Oh, Kraven. Yeah, I can call him that. What is credits? Is that it?
Yeah, credit.
Yeah. I got 140 credits. So that's not bad.
Think of credits as one credit is $1.
Alright, so why don't we stop by the bar to see if there's any bounties out for anything we can make some money.
All right, cool.
That sounds good.
So both of y'all walk into a bar, and instantly you see a lot of shady-looking folks. Some people with weapons on their sides or whatever. Everybody's just sitting down, drinking, laughing, listening to music from the jukebox. There seems to be a waitress. She's a Nisune walking around carrying drinks and whatnot, and she's wearing nothing but a bikini. Over at the bar, you see the bartender handing out drinks. There seems to be a Kazink who looks like he's kind of staring in y'all's general direction down over there by the bar. And on the side wall is a giant board full of information, papers all over it.
I want some of those papers. The board full of papers.
All right, cool. On the board is a list of several lists with jobs, things, tasks, things that people need done, and some of them that are written in certain ways that it's kind of hard to decipher what they're talking about. So you imagine it's probably shady.
Does anything stick out when we're looking at the board?
There's this trip to a space station for some sort of experiment.
How many credits?
The trip itself, it says somewhere around 500 credits a person.
That seems pretty fishy to me. I'd say we go just to fucking murk some people. All right. I don't know. Would it be a waste of time if we? You think we would get any credits for the kills, or we'd probably find something cool? I'm sure.
Like
yeah, let's do it.
Well, your reputation in the town is non-existent as far as being mercenaries. So the real question is, where do you want to go to try to find mercenary work? Or there's nothing on the board that just says, I need a guy killed. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, let's take the shady job for 500 credits each, right?
So y'all wanna head on a trip to a certain space station?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So y'all grab little the paper or whatever that has the information on it. It says that the trip itself is on this specific date, which happens to be in the near future, around a week or two from now. To be basically meet up at this location about a week or two from now.
Okay. We take the paper off the board.
Yeah.
Put it in my pocket.
Cool.
All right. I say we
There's a guy like I said earlier. There's a guy staring at you, and he hasn't stopped since y'all entered.
Go to him and check him and see what's up.
All right.
I was about to say that's more your style, dog. You can't.
All right. So you see a guy who looks he's a Kazink, just like you, okay? And he's sitting down at this table, and you walk up to him, and before you even say anything to him, he goes, "It looks like you came to me. I guess I don't really have to head over there. Save me the trip."
That's you, Mike. I didn't hear what he said. Excuse me? What did he say?
I'll repeat it. He says, "Well, look, it looks like you came to me. I was afraid I have to go over there to you. You saved me a trip."
Do I know you?
Well, you don't know me, but I have a feeling that we'll get to know each other in the future. So you two look like you're guys looking for work, right?
Yeah, we are, as a matter of fact. Hey, yo, I'm just gonna let y'all know, like another 2 wrong words, his ass is about to get flashed.
He goes, "Look, I know this secret area, and Basically, there's a fortune there. I need y'all two to go check it out. I'll pay you 1,000 credits if you go there. I'll even lend you my ship to get there. But there's a certain thing there that I need. Now, you can keep anything else you find, but this item.
Alright.
That sounds kind of what?
What's your name? I said that sounds kind of legit. My name is Got you. Kazink, we're talking.
I got you. So what were you asking the Kazink?
What's his name?
Oh, my name?
Kazink.
Yeah.
We're talking to.
I know. I'm being in character.
He's talking as him, dumbass. I know that.
All right, so my name doesn't really matter. All you need to know is a good paying job. I mean, trust me, if you knew who I was, it wouldn't make a difference.
Well, I need to know who I can find when I complete this task.
All right, so you got a point. My name? Call me Mr. Silk.
Alright, we'll take your job, Mr. Silk.
Cool. Here's the location. So he takes. There's an item on his wrist, like a kind of like the Predator. You know, that one of those kind of things on his wrist. And he pokes at it a couple of times, and a hologram comes out that has a map location. Okay. And he says, "All right, so this is the map to the location right here. Now, do y'all have a ship, or do y'all need me to actually lend y'all mine?"
I don't think we have a ship. No, yeah, we need yours.
All right. Well, Tony, you're not over there, so.
What? Oh, I haven't walked over there yet? Yeah,
No.
right. Oh, so it's on me. No, we got our own ship.
All right. Cool. So he hands you the keys to the ship. He says, "Please bring it back in one piece," and tells you where the ship is.
Alright.
All right. Cool. All right.
Okay, we leave.
All right. Y'all leave. What do y'all want to do?
Go to the ship.
All right. Cool. So y'all head to this looking scrapyard or whatever, and later, when y'all get there, somewhere in the scrapyard is this beaten down, broken looking ship. It works, but it's a ship.
Alright. I keep telling you, we don't have a pilot. Pull up the ship. We don't have a pilot. Everybody can drive. It's like a car nowadays. Right?
No.
So we have to find a pilot.
Yeah, y'all gotta find a pilot.
Don't I have one skill point?
You do not. You get one when you level.
Fuck. Okay, let's. What do we see outside of the town?
Desert, a very, very big, vast desert. Y'all. So y'all need a pilot, right? Why don't y'all go looking for one?
That's what I was thinking, but I'm like, why don't we just go back and ask that guy if he knows where a pilot is? Why don't you just take us here?
All right, so y'all make your way back
But
to.
I don't know the guy, so you would have to ask him.
All right, y'all make your way back to the bar.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So y'all get back to the bar and y'all see that he's not there.
Alright. asshole.
I mean, what, you expect him to be at the bar all day, every day?
No, yeah, you said I expect we don't know. So I'll just yell out. There you go. Hey, is there any pilots in this mother?
All right, and so at one of the tables, you see this this very very small, skinny looking dude. He's about 5 foot tall. Okay, it's a red meta. Okay, and for those of you who don't know what a meta is, it's a skinny alien that's red and has horns on its head. Anyway, he gets up with a drink in his hand. He goes, "I know how to fly," as he kind of trips over himself.
Is that Aaron? Is that my nigga Paige?
What?
Is that my nigga Paige right there? Do I know you, bro?
All right, so you walk up to this familiar looking dude, and you're like, "Wait, is that you, Paige?" And he goes, "Wait, how do you know my name?" And he kind of stumbles over to you and looks at you really close, like all up in your face, right? And he's like, "Wait, elevated? How'd you get here?" As he spills some alcohol on your pants.
Man, who let this nigga drink? He ain't 21. Yo. Hey, all we need is a pilot. We don't need a good pilot. Let's go.
You all just drag him off.
Like, let's go, dog. Hey, give me one, and I grab a beer to go.
All right.
And then I get Page one too to go. Just everybody beers. With no credits.
What?
I got 10, dog. We don't use all my shit. You know, go for broke. You got 2 credits left. I was joking. I don't giving him more alcohol. We're already probably gonna die, so let's just see how this goes. Alright, so we make our way to the ship.
All right.
Carrying him with your big ass.
So who's gonna carry Paige?
That's only you, Kraven. I'll lift him, I guess.
All right. So Paige is unconscious now as y'all carry him to the ship.
What the fuck are we gonna do with this? Oh my god. Is there some water on the ship?
Yeah, there is. There's a spot on the ship that basically it creates water and very, very bad tasting food.
Okay, well, I'll create some water, and when we get to the ship,
All right.
I just throw it on them.
All right, so first off, y'all get to the ship, all right? And you push a button on the keys or whatever, and the back hatch just opens up, okay? Y'all enter the ship?
Yes.
Cool.
This is going to be bad.
Mikey, did you hear that?
A little bit of it. My bad.
It's okay. Y'all basically get to the ship, and then y'all enter the ship, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So y'all get inside the ship, and it's relatively small. It has a main room where you enter the ship, and then to the sides are 2 rooms, like with beds and stuff. And inside those rooms is the water creating thing. There's no bathroom, by the way. So Tony immediately, once he discovers one of the rooms, heads in there, creates some water real quick, and throws it on Paige's face. And he goes, "Whoa, whoa, hold on. Whoa, where am I? Whoa, wait. Do I know you?" Yeah.
And we've already been through this, bro. We need to get somewhere. We're gonna make some money. So let's go.
And
Look, bro, look, Tommy, look, elevated. He's taking a cut of your cut. I'm not giving him none of my cut. I didn't say I was giving him anything. I just said.
He goes.
When it comes down to it, you either gotta offer or pay him. So.
He goes, a paying job. I wonder how much alcohol I could buy with this. So he immediately he makes his way. Like no, he doesn't hear anything y'all say as he heads straight to the cockpit. And he's like, and so he lifts off and flies into outer space. And he's like, all right, guys, this is awesome. Where are we going?
Yeah, the place you did. Already gave. Oh my god. Or plug it in the first time. Damn it.
What's up?
Supposed to be over there doing your thing, your whole thing on your computer, whatever. So you're supposed to be. Well, shit, I'll tell him. I don't really know where to go, but on your whatever. Yeah, I just, like a G. Pull it up on my. You already have the game. You already. He was in there. You already in it, right? You're already doing your thing. Can I learn a new sidekick real quick?
What's up?
I'm not no sidekick now. I ain't a leader.
Let me just explain something real quick.
Why you gonna be the leader?
Let me just explain something real quick.
I'm the tech genius.
Out of everybody in the group, Tony can have 6 followers. Just saying.
I don't like followers. I'm more of a loner. I don't even know how I got 2 followers.
Well, you don't got them. You can have them, possibly. It's like
so
it's potentially you can have up to 2 followers. Potentially, Tony can have potentially up to 6 followers.
I'm looking for the class that my class looks like. What'd you say it was?
A monk-like class. Let me.
From Dragon Age? It looks like the demons from Dragon Age.
Yeah, they look like Canaries.
Canaries?
Yeah, they look like Canaries. That's what you look like, a Canary. All right, so we're gonna, Mikey, you hand him the map, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And Aaron flies through outer space around the planet until he gets to an asteroid field. All right, and he starts maneuvering around this asteroid field until he comes to a big looking meteor rock. And around the meteor rock seems to be some sort of dark cavern or whatever.
Fucking enter.
All right, so that seems to be the actual destination the map's leading to. So y'all fly into the cavern and see an actual landing pad kind of spot, a big floor and a wall, and on that wall is a giant wall, and it has a door, a big 2-door kind of roundish door. You know what I'm talking about, that you can push open. And all along the wall is some sort of writing. You can't tell what it says.
Fucking land and go up to the doors.
All right.
Is it lit up or is it dark?
It's kind of dark. So are y'all gonna get outside the spaceship?
Yeah. Yes.
in outer space. Head outside the spaceship.
Yeah.
Wearing what you're wearing.
Hold on, wait. Do we have to wear space? Are we like immune to that type of shit? Or
All right.
do we have to wear spacesuits?
So, since y'all don't know, I'll just let you know. Your basic combat armor comes with helmets, and those helmets produce oxygen, and they also have lights on them, as well as on the back of your basic combat armor. On the back of it is a circular, like device, like it would be underneath your neck, and that circular device takes items and transforms them into energy that equals weight. So you still have to carry the weight, but you don't have to like find spots on you to carry the items.
Okay, so we already have that on, or we have to find that our basic stuff in the ship.
Yeah, all the stuff is on you. I was just making sure that y'all like decided whether to or not wear your helmets.
We're definitely gonna wear helmets. Get off. And this is where the destination on our map.
Yes.
Elevated. All right. Yeah, we're gonna embark and we're gonna approach the big door.
All right. Paige says y'all go have fun. Bring me back money.
All right, Paige. Don't leave. Stay here.
He goes, "Why would I leave? I need the money."
All right.
And so he basically falls asleep. Say what?
Tony's mic's muffled. My bad. There you go.
All right, so y'all head out in front of out onto the station or whatever, and you find that you're not floaty. It's actually there's some sort of gravity here.
So it's like a big ass planet, asteroid planet.
Yeah. When you get up to the wall with the giant door, what do you want to do?
That's you, dog. You gotta go first. Proceed. Let's go ahead and into the doorway. Walk down the hallway.
Well, you push open the door, and inside of it is a room. The room is kind of rectangular, and on one side of the, and it has like writing all over the wall on the wall in front of you and the wall to your left. And the wall to your right has a door. Okay, now the wall that is where the door you're at, right? The left of the door you're at has nothing on the wall, but to the right, all the way on the right corner of the wall where the door you're at has some sort of lump. Okay, now this rectangular room would be from the door that you're at all the way to the wall would be about 7 foot across. As far as like wide from like
You gotta go first either way.
as far as like from the door to the wall is 7 foot, but from the door to your right and left is somewhere around 10, 15 foot.
Alright, so we're making a choice here. So which hallway they go down?
Well, what you want to do? There's only one door, other than the one you entered.
Just go to that door. Or you gotta do that. Because if I go into there first, I'll probably die. Possibly. Alright, let's go through the door.
All right, so you head to the
Go to
door.
the door.
Now, understand, in front of you is a door, and it looks like it can be pushed. It looks like it can be pushed open. like I said, on on the right of the door or whatever, the wall, or whatever to your right has some sort of big lump. Okay, the wall to the left, which is has nothing but writing. Okay, and of course, directly in front of you is the door. What do you want to do? Push it open?
That's you, Mikey. Yeah, push the door open.
All right, cool. I got to roll real quick.
We gotta slow down. We gotta for what happens. You gotta slow. We gotta slow down. We both gotta slow down. We're getting a little too far ahead. You know what I'm saying?
All right, after you push the door open, you notice that the lump is coming out of the wall, and it looks like it's going to crush you.
I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I didn't go in. I don't understand what the lump was. Like, was it just a lump on the wall?
Think of it like imagine the corner of a wall to about 6 foot from the corner is cut out. All that part is cut out, and like imagine a refrigerator being put into the wall. Okay. And what it is it's a trap where you push the door open and that comes out to crush you.
So how much damage did it do?
What's up?
How much damage did it do?
Well,
Can we just walk back through the door we came in, or is the door shut?
It will crush you unless you either or stop it from crushing you with your strength, or you do a dexterity save check. You want to do a strength save check or a dexterity save check?
I feel like you have a better strength, right? Yeah.
Which one?
Strength.
All right, cool. I rolled a 1. All right, so all right, so you managed to head out onto the other side, but the wall pretty much almost crushes you. I'm gonna say you take 6 damage.
So I have 4 HP left.
Yeah. Like you were nearly crushed, but you managed, like, your body itself and strength held the wall from crushing you until you could slide yourself out. Okay? During that time, Tony, what do you want to do? Just stand where you are or what?
Hell no. I wanna fuck. I'm gonna have to go for a dex
Well, I mean, you're not going to be crushed. You're not standing in the way of it. But
okay.
But you're going to be stuck on the other side of it.
I want to heal him when he gets out.
Cool, but how?
Oh, so he got in.
Yeah, he's on the other side of it. He will be on the other side of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him be on the other side. Hold on. I guess I'm gonna have to take the chance, right?
Well, I mean, you could let it just finish, and then Mikey will be trapped on the other side of it, and you'll be trapped on this side of it. I mean, it's up to you. You could try to dexterily make your way to the other side of it, or you can actually try to make a strength check to help him, but your strength check will have a -2. Plus, now, technically, Mikey, there is a way you don't even have to make a strength check. This wall does 600 pounds of pressure. So if you were to rage, you'd be able to hold the wall, go to the other side with no damage, and Tony could get across to the other side.
I don't want to get to use my rage. How often?
You can use your rage 4 times a day. Oh, sorry. It's 3
I'm
times a
pretty sure
day.
that's like our only option, right?
It's 3 times a day. Well, that's your only option to get both of you across there safely. It's 3 times a day.
You don't have to. I mean, we can split up.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get to inside the dungeon?
That's what I was thinking. So I'm gonna pop rage. How much? So is the damage already done to me, or I can rage through it?
Well,
and it's only gonna be.
it won't be any damage if you rage, because the wall itself holds 600 pounds of pressure, and your rage allows you to lift up to 760.
All right. So we're gonna have to use rage.
All right.
Already off the bat, we got 2 left. Yeah, I'm gonna rage.
And Tony, you're gonna slide across.
Yeah, grab Tony and I just walk through. Or,
Yeah, you stop it from moving.
I'll grab you by the back of your head and drag you through.
All right. Just so you know, for those of you out there who are watching this, I'm not making this stuff up. This is actually a pre-made quest. Everything about this quest is predetermined, as far as like the stats of the enemies, the traps, all that stuff. And what happens is determined by the player. All right. I was just clarifying that so that they know that I'm not BSing this. All right, so y'all make your way to the other side of the trap, and what you see is this room, and it's kind of it's the size of a bedroom. No, not really like a bedroom. More like how do I describe it? It's a pretty big room, okay, and it has a wall, and the wall ends about halfway through the room. The wall to your left, I mean, ends about halfway through the room, and it looks like there is an area that it heads off to. No door, no nothing. Okay, you hear some sort of noise coming from that direction. Now, off in the furthest right corner, there's actually not a corner there, but some sort of dark corridor that you can see. You can't see down it. It's just dark.
So I'm gonna let you know right now. At most points, you're gonna have to go first. Just gonna be clear about that. What are we here for? What did we ever find out what we were here to? No, we never actually. Yeah.
He
just said he needed something found. I guess we'll just know when we find it, maybe.
Yeah, trust me.
Alright, so let's follow the sound and go to the left.
Alright, so you walk around the corner and you see 4 sleeping looking metal things lying on the ground. They have 4 legs and canine looking faces, but they're made completely of metal. All right, so I'm going to do a stealth check for you, okay, Mikey? I believe your stealth is -1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You pass. You rolled a 14. All right, so well, you go around the corner and you see them, but you don't wake them up. Now, what you see in the or you go around that wall and you see them, and you see that it's another room about roughly the same size of the room that you're side of the wall on, but it has 2 doors. So one will be on the right side of the room, and one will be on the left side of the room. The left side would be the same side that is the door you entered in on the other side of the wall. So basically on the opposite side of the wall, on that left side is a door, and then on the right side is a door. Okay. Do y'all kind of get what I'm saying, or do y'all want me to kind of draw it out and send it via Discord?
I kind of imagine it. I mean, it's up to him if he wants to send it. So we have 2 more doors, one left, one right.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a picture out and send it via Discord. And
You can just push the screen share.
Screen share. Well, I'm actually doing Discord via my phone right now.
Okay.
All right. 1 second, okay. I'm drawing it out right now, and the red dots are the creatures, okay. And I'll say the blue are y'all. Okay. Cool. That's good enough. Let me just type in the name of this beautiful looking drawing. For those of you who are listening, this beautiful looking drawing is actually quite horrible. All right. Cool. One second. Over here, dark corner. And going up. All right. There you go, guys. There's the beautiful looking drawing. Do you see it?
Where are we looking at?
All right. So the blue circles are you and Tony. Okay.
Where is it at? You haven't uploaded nothing.
I put it in dark corner. All right. So all right. So the blue dots, y'all. The blank spot behind y'all is the door y'all entered in. The blank spot in front of you is a corridor. That empty space is actually where Mikey is currently standing, actually. And the red circles are the dogs, and then you have the 2 doors. So what do y'all want to do? Oh, it looks like I got disconnected. 1 second. And call. Rejoin. All right. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now? Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Where's Tony? There's Tony. All right. Sorry about that, guys. When I connected on my computer, it disconnected me on my phone. All right. So, do y'all kind of see the layout of the room?
Yeah. Hey, Mikey, I have a before we start.
Okay.
Right? So, is this call more stable than the voice?
Well, not
So it
anymore.
won't matter.
Not anymore because I am currently I'm recording with a computer but talking with my phone.
Let's go. Dark if it changes.
Did y'all say y'all wanted to head to the dark corridor area?
Yeah.
All right. So you stand in front of the dark corridor, and you see that it's it's extremely dark. You can see the walls, and down the corridor is a room. Okay. Now, real quickly, I just have to clarify that there are traps everywhere in this dungeon. I mean, like everywhere. And
Go
if
to the
huh,
go to the server.
the server? Okay.
Yeah, the dark.
Okay. All right, can you hear me now? Oh, well. Hey, can you hear me now? I heard chips. Yeah, that. I think Tony is using a wrapper.
Tony's no. My bad. I'm rolling up. My bad.
All right,
My
so
bad.
you real quick, but what I was gonna say is there's traps everywhere, and if your character's HP hits 0, or you fall for a trap that's an instant death, your character will be dead. Okay, so just I'm saying that because this happened at one point along the line at a different spot in this dungeon to one guy, and he got pretty upset because when I said, okay, so you take this much damage and now you die. So I just have to clarify that if something happens that leads to a death, I mean, I can't just like lie about it. You know what I mean? Guys.
My bad. It like kicked me or something.
Huh. All right. All right. So, like I said, you see a dark corridor, and on the other end seems to be a room that's pretty brightly lit. What do you want to do?
Let's go towards. Are those enemies? Are those the metal wolf-looking things?
The dark corridor doesn't have the metal-looking wolves down in it. That's a different area. Do you want to head to where the metal wolves are?
No, I don't want to go back.
All right.
Is this another group of enemies or is this the same group?
All right. So in the picture is the only room you're in right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. To the left of the blue dots is where y'all came from. To the right in that corner is a dark corridor. Above it is the group of metal-looking dogs, and then there's those two doors. What do y'all wish to do?
Let's just go into the brightly lit door.
Well, it's not brightly lit. It's not. It's a dark corridor.
Okay, let's go down the dark corridor.
All right. So, all right. So y'all stand in front of it. Who heads first?
I do.
You head first.
Let that bitch go first.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So you step forward and find that there is no floor, and you begin to fall. What do you wish to do?
jump down after him and hold him and glide down with my wings. I can do that.
You can lift 80 pounds.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not really lifting it if I'm just holding him. And
You would not be able to carry his weight. When y'all look down, real quick. So if you do, you jump down to try to grab him and glide down or something. Is that what you do?
Yeah, just look down, try to catch myself or use my strength to hold myself up.
All right, cool. Tony, do you say that you try to jump down and grab him as well, so you can glide down or whatever?
Yeah, I just glide down. I mean, I can't really hold him, but I can glide.
All right, so okay, so you jump down as Mikey tries to catch himself. So it's kind of like you're trying to jump onto his back. Mikey, you tried to grab both the walls on each side. Now this corridor is very thin, and so you can actually touch both walls with both your hands. And so you try to grab the wall to catch yourself. Okay. Now I'm gonna give it a negative. I'm gonna give it a -1 since Tony's jumping on your back.
A negative what?
A -1 since Tony's jumping on your back.
Alright.
Okay. So you go to try to catch the wall, and well, you're slipping or whatever, but you end up catching the wall. Tony, you're on top of Mikey's back, and you look down the hole. You see spikes.
You said I.
You're on Mikey's back. You're on Kraven's back, and you look down the hole.
Okay.
All right, and you see spikes. Now across, so basically, it looks like it's a wall with a deep pit that leads along a long corridor. At the end of a corridor is a room. So if Mikey, he'll have to use his strength or whatever to hold himself up and move across the wall or whatever without falling all the way to the other room.
Could I glide over
Yes,
with my wings?
Yes, you could.
Okay, I'd do that.
All right, so you crawl over Mikey's back, and then you hop off of him and glide all the way to the next room.
What do you think? You got this right there. You're not gonna look for a switch or nothing?
There's no.
Switch for what? To get us killed faster? Alright, so I'm just to lower the spikes, to lower bridge, to fucking this is Skyrim, I guess. So,
you wanna yell at him and tell him or something? Because I mean, well, no, you told Tony out of game, but you want to tell him in game.
Yeah, he's right. My name's Elevated, bro. Oh, yeah. I didn't call him nothing, I don't think. Look for a switch. Something. I look for something. Look at my surroundings.
All right, so you're in a dome-like room with a statue in the very center. Okay, the statue has armor on it. It's a statue of stone. Okay, so you see this stone-looking armor statue with angel-like wings, but above the statue, it's some sort of a hood or whatever over the head of whatever it is, but you can't see the head because there's no head there carved into the statue. It's just darkness. At the pedestal of that statue, or at the bottom of the statue, you see one brick that's sticking out.
Touch anything, just I was about to say I'm not gonna do anything. I'm waiting. I'm gonna sit wait for him to move. Any way I can get over there?
You wanna? Well, you're holding on to the walls, keeping yourself from falling down.
You can just move over. Yeah, just shimmy over.
All right, cool. 1 second. I'm gonna do a strength check. All right, so you rolled a 15. So you shimmy over there to the other side, spider walking or whatever you want to call it. And you see the room as well. It's a dome room with ancient writing all over the wall, and in the center of it is a suit of armor stone statue with angel-like wings and a hood. There's no face. It's
So
carved.
is it stone armor or?
It's a stone statue that looks like a suit of armor with angel wings. And at the base of it or whatever, at the very bottom of it, is a brick sticking out of it.
Brick's probably a trap. This is probably a trap. It's all a trap. But that's your move, buddy. I mean, if I know it's a trap, what other choice do I have? Except to activate it and make a move. Let's just hope they're not all biotics and hope they're fucking some fleshly beings.
What do you want to do, Mikey?
Tell Tony to stand back. You're elevated to stand back.
All right, you gotta say it though. You gotta actually say it. You gotta you know, like for instance, if I was in game playing with you, I can't be like I tell you to say something. I have to be like, hey, Kraven, I need you to go over there or something like that.
Okay, elevated. I need you to stand back. All right. Prepare myself to move the brick.
All right, how are you gonna move it? Are you gonna push it in? Try to pull it out? What are you gonna do?
Pick it up.
Well, it's not. It's like sticking out of the bottom of the statue, kind of like
Push it in. You can never push it in. What? Take it out.
Think of it like a dresser drawer that's slightly pulled out.
So you make your move, whatever, because you're close to it. You're the one that's gonna take the damage if I fuck up. So just take the armor. Just take the armor. I don't even leave.
Well, it's not armor.
You said the statue is armor.
No, it's not armor. It's just a stone statue that looks like armor.
Okay. So why are we even messing with it at all anyway? Why would I go push it? Because that's the only thing in the room at all. So we're investigating. So
I mean, it could be nothing, or it could be something.
Well, we never know.
It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of Tootsie Roll Pop?
I pushed it and I put it, and it's still not doing anything.
When you push it, it slides into place, and you see it start to glow. All of a sudden, you hear a loud click coming from far off into the dungeon.
What the? Yeah, just look around.
Nothing seems to change in the room you're in, other than the brick is glowing.
Else is that we're in.
What's up?
So pick up the glowing brick.
Well, it's not. It's not like on the floor or anything. It's into a slot.
It's like stuck inside the statue, and you pushed it in, so now it's glowing inside, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Think of it like you closed a dresser drawer, but it has no handle.
And now what? We go back. Oh, we're done.
Did you say you want to head back?
We didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying. Can you said we should look for something else in the room? What else is in the room?
Other than the writing on the wall, nothing.
Well, oh no, you can't pull it out?
He cannot. It's inside there, and it's form fitted to fit perfectly in the slot.
So I guess okay, so go back the way we came. Something's had to change.
How do you wish to go back? Do you wish to jump across and glide across, Tony?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. How do you want to go across, Mikey?
I've hit 2 high ones in a row, so I'm probably gonna hit something low. What is jump across or shimmy back across?
All right. The walls are actually pretty close together, so shimmying's not that hard. Yeah. So it's kind of like the spider walk in Ninja Warrior. It's like that close together. But okay, so you shimmy across and you make your way back to the room where the dogs are. Okay. Your yelling had actually woke them up. So I need well, y'all don't have dice, so I'll roll for initiative for y'all. Okay.
Mikey has the.
You have dice, Mikey?
Yeah.
Cool. Roll for initiative. It's a D20. Do you want to roll for you and Tony?
That's up to y'all. Whoever wants to. What do y'all want to do?
I suggest Mikey do it so the DM doesn't have to be in any sort of biased situations.
So I'm rolling.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a D20 once for you and once for Tony.
All right, the first throw is 20. No lie.
All right, cool. Is that for you?
Yeah.
All right, now roll for Tony.
He's rolling for his cross. 7.
A 7? Okay. All right. So, Mikey, you get to go first. What do you want to do?
Oh, this is for the fight. Okay, so I'm gonna use what's it called? Slash.
You don't. The only abilities you have is. I mean, all you can do really. You can do a normal attack, which is basically attacking with your great axe, or you can attack with your fists. Other than that, you have the ability Limit Break, which can be added onto a normal attack. But you don't have any. You don't have any like, anime abilities. You know what I mean?
Slash. Yeah, that's what I said with my great axe.
Oh,
Use
okay.
basic attack slash.
Okay, you're gonna attack with your great axe. Okay, roll a d20, and we'll see if you hit.
Okay. Rolled.
Yep.
15.
15 hits. Then you roll for damage. Damage is a d12 plus 2.
D12. This guy. I rolled 11. That means 11,
You roll it 9 plus 2, yep, 11. All right, so you kill the robotic looking dog that you attacked.
That's one of them.
Yep, that's one of them. Now it's Tony's go. Believe it or not, I rolled for them as a group, and they rolled lower than Tony.
Damn. I shoot the other one on the right.
All right, what do you shoot it with?
Right. So this is D20 for it. I cast Ray on them, I guess.
Well, I mean, you shoot it with your handgun, or do you cast a spell?
Shoot, I cast Ray on them. I just said that.
Okay, so you cast Ray. Ray's an automatic hit. It's 1d4 plus 7.
Ray's what?
It's 1d4 plus 7.
1d4 plus 7.
Yep. It's a triangle looking dice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you gotta hit the number that's on top.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those weird looking ones.
4.
4. All right. So he hits for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He hits 11 damage. It's dead. All right. Wolves go. Since Mikey's off in front, they'll both go and attack Mikey. Okay.
What'd you say?
I said since Mikey's off in front, they'll both attack him, okay? All right, so they both rolled an 11, which is not enough to break Mikey's AC of 16. All right, it's your go, Kraven.
Alright, so how many are left? 2. Okay. So, basic attack slash.
All right, cool.
Is
What'd you roll?
a 9.
A 9? That's not enough to hit it.
How much it is to hit it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You'll find out once you once you kill it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or the battle's over.
Yeah. So basically, like, let's say you're attacking this creature, and you roll a 16, and I'm like, that's a hit, right? Well, then you have to roll at least a 6. I mean, at the least a 16. You know, it could be.
So, limit break.
You could use limit break right now if you wanted to, but you could also.
Yeah, I'm gonna use limit.
All right, so roll a d6 plus. I believe it's a d6 plus 1.
4.
All right, cool. So you do 4 damage to the creature. Now I need you to roll a d4 for damage to yourself.
No, this is add d6, add 1d6 onto melee attack.
Yeah. Basically,
itself d4. So
yeah.
it's backwards.
Yeah. So you roll the d6 for the damage to the creature, and then add a 1 for intelligence bonus to that damage to the creature. Then roll a d4 for damage to yourself.
Okay, so a d4. 3.
All right, so the d4 was damage to yourself. That's 3 damage to yourself. And you rolled the d6, right? And that equaled 4, right?
Yeah, it was a 4.
Was it and you added the +1 intelligence, or did you not?
I didn't.
Okay, so that's technically 5 damage. So you did 5 damage and 3 damage to yourself, okay?
Okay. That's a lot of damage to... Not a lot of damage to do and a lot of damage to me. Just for that ability that I have.
Down the road, though, you'll have, like, way more HP.
So, what is my HP? What is my HP before this?
Right now, your HP is 7. Before, it was 10.
It was a 10.
So, yeah, it was 10, but now it's 7.
Okay.
But don't forget, Tony can heal you. All right. Speaking of Tony, what do you want to do?
It's my turn?
Yeah. Just so you know, you have one movement action, an attack action, and an ability action. Just so you know, you could technically attack with your handgun, and then cast a healing spell or ray.
Okay. I wanna shoot. I wanna hit the one he attacked for 5 with my handgun.
All
And then I
right.
wanna hit the other one with ray.
All right. Cool. Roll a d20 to see if you hit with the handgun.
Alright, rolling. 11.
The handgun misses. You shoot the other one. You shoot the other one with ray. So roll a d4 and add a 7 to that for damage.
So he can go twice?
Well, you can attack. Well, yes, sort of. He attacked with his gun and then used his ability because you can move, attack with your weapon, and use an ability, just like you used your weapon and then used limit break.
So how many times can you? How many times can you use your abilities? Like you can use them over and over every turn.
Well, yes, until you run out of slots. Your wisdom tells how many times you can use each ability. Tony can cast each spell 7 times. You can cast limit break 4 times, and you can cast rage 3 times. Technically 2 now.
Per fight.
No, per day.
Per day.
So like he can use Ray 5 more times.
Alright, and I can use rage 2 more times.
And limit break 3 more times. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what's my D4?
It's a D4 plus 7 for the ray.
To 4.
All right, so
Nice.
that's 11
He's
damage.
dead.
It is dead. All right, it's the wolf's
Nice.
go. He's still on Mikey, so I'll go ahead and roll for him. He rolls a 9 and misses.
You can't touch me.
Yeah, can't touch this.
Alright, so I attack slash.
All right, cool. Give me a roll.
1. Wow. I shoot him with my gun. Burst.
All right, so you shoot him with your. Well, hold on, you can't shoot just yet. Mikey has to end his turn. Do you end your turn, Mikey?
Oh yeah. You can do that. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my gun.
All right.
Rolling. 13.
That's enough to hit. All right, roll a d6 for damage.
Your race 5.
5 damage.
Nice.
That's actually enough to kill it.
Nice.
All right.
We checked the body. Can you still heal? Yeah, I can't heal your AC though. He only took AC damage.
He took HP. No, he took HP damage. Your AC is what it.
Oh. Well, I heal him then.
All right, you cast Rejuve. Since it's plus 7, you automatically heal him to full. Okay. Mikey, you're at full health. Tony, here's how it works. Okay. So you have AC, which is what's required to hit you. So Mikey's AC is 16. So if they roll a 16, they hit him. Then they roll for damage. The damage is done to your HP.
So the first point is they gotta get over a 16 to hit me.
Well,
That's not like my hit.
yeah, they have to roll 16 or higher.
Yeah, so what is it says 16 and it has 4 shield. What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you don't even have to cast Rejuve. Sorry, he took that to his shield, so your shield took 3 damage.
That's what I was thinking.
Sorry, my bad.
I said 8 or I don't know.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, your shield took the 3 damage. It always attacks your shield first, then goes to your HP. So you're fine. You don't even have to heal.
So my shield, +4 on my shield.
Yeah.
On my AC. On my HP.
Yeah. Think of it like temporary HP or regen HP or whatever. Basically, you have 4 HP that heals every 5 minutes. So it doesn't heal in battle, but after the battle, it pretty much heals to full. Your HP does not heal.
Okay. I'm plugging that stuff into my fucking regen.
Well, it automatically does that. But basic gist is you always take shield damage first, and then HP damage when your shield runs out.
You gain like 3 shield every level, right?
No, it's 4. Basically, at level 2 you'll have 8 shield, and at level 3 you'll have 12 shield.
Nice.
And of course, it heals up after battle after about 5 minutes.
So let's loot. Let's see what they dropped us.
All right, cool. I have to say something I just noticed right after the attack was done. But Tony, you are not proficient with handguns, so in future situations we have to add a -2 to both accuracy and damage.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, but that's for the future, okay? All right, so you go.
Yeah, hopefully I won't have to use it again.
You go and search these robot-looking dogs, and notice that they're actually not They're not mechanical. They're just hollow shells on the inside, almost like they were animated by magic.
Alright, so what do we call these animals and what's their HP?
I can't tell you what they're called, and I can't tell you their HP. It's like a thing that you can learn in universe kind of thing. After the game, I'll tell you so you know in real life, but in game your characters don't know.
Well, I should have wrote down how much damage we were doing to them, so I could have figured out like a threshold. We were killing them with 10. With 10. I'm gonna put robot dog into my bestiarity. Robot dog. Because you hit him for 5 and I hit him for another 5, I think, and we killed him. Or I hit him for 4. I don't remember.
It was the least amount of damage y'all dealt was 10.
Okay, so yeah, 10. I was gonna put 10 plus. I need another page for a combat log so I can see what we use. Alright, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Alright, cool. Alright, so there is nothing else on these animated dogs. It's almost kind of like and like the thing is, because they weren't robotic, they were animated by like magic or whatever, as from what y'all can tell. And the reason why you can tell this is because of Elevated here. Elevated being a bioengineer, if they were actually robots, he would be able to tell, right?
I could fix them.
Yeah, you could actually fix them and like reprogram them if they were actually robots. But anyway, so yeah, but you can also tell that they're not robots because they were sleeping. So the basic gist is, if they were robots, they wouldn't need to, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I didn't think about that, but
yeah. But so you see the 2 doors. What do y'all want to do? Enter the one on the right or the left? Or head up to the one on the right or the left.
Let's go to the one behind the dogs where left.
To the left? All right, cool, cool, cool. So you walk up to that door. Do you want to open it or no?
I want to look around and make sure there's no traps.
All right, so you look around the door. Give me a roll for perception.
On what dice?
D20. As far as perception goes, I'm gonna say that it's just a straight roll because I don't have any stat that's connected to actual perception.
11. So it's a good, right?
Well, I set the
Really?
as the game master, I set the DC, the difficulty. But basically, you look around and here's what you see. You see the door and you see the walls and you see shadows, whatever, underneath the door, kind of moving. But that's all you see.
I turn
Like,
around and we go back to the other door and we check that one for traps.
all right, cool, cool, cool. Give me a roll.
12.
All right. You look around. You see the door. You see the wall. You see. There's no writing on any of the walls, by the way. In this area. And this door itself looks to be a pushable door where you can push it in. Other than that, there's no crack at the bottom of the floor, or at least there's a crack at the bottom of the floor, but you don't see any shadows underneath it moving.
Alright, so let's push the door open. See what happens.
All right, so give me another roll, and it's a stealth roll, so I guess. All right, so it's a 2. All right, so you open the door, and inside of it. By the way, you just slam the door open. You throw it open, okay? And inside of it, you see a table on the opposite end of the room. And on that table is several items. But across from the table, on like, okay, let's say you're looking into the room, okay? On the further most left side of the room is a big giant four-armed holding four sword demon looking statue made of stone. Okay? And directly next to that statue, on the wall that's directly in front of y'all, is the table that's sticking out of the wall. It doesn't have any legs, right? It's just sticking out of the wall. And on top of it are the items. Okay? Other than that, there's nothing in this room. Now, the items on the table, you'll have to go inside the room and look closer at because they're a little far away.
Alright, so let's
I say we get first shots on that big ass four-armed fucking thing.
Statue?
I feel like it's gonna come alive, so I feel like we should just go ahead and get a shot first.
Alright, so you want to pop the shot or
Man.
you want to shoot it and see what happens?
Nah, I just don't go into the room. You can go check. Like, I'll stay out close to the door. You can go check.
Alright, so I'll move closer to the table to look at the items.
All right. So you're standing outside the door, Tony. Elevated. Sorry. I'll try to start calling y'all by your names, okay? So Elevated stays outside the door. Kraven, you head towards the table and you're standing in front of the table. On the table, you see a old ancient looking bow. It's very well crafted looking bow. And beside it is a quiver full of very old looking arrows. And all this is dusty, by the way. The whole table's dusty, not a single fingerprint. And at the beside the bow and quiver, you see a suit of chainmail. And on the opposite side is a flask of liquid.
Alright. So I pick up the items.
All right, cool, cool, cool. I need you to give me a roll.
What kind of just when you say a roll, you mean a 20?
Yes, a D20. All right, cool. All right, so what that means is I have to make a roll now. All right. All right. So as you're picking up the items on the table, you do not notice the giant moving statue heading towards you. And elevated, you start to see the statue moving towards towards Craven, but it swings too late for you to actually react. Mikey, you get hit. It crit you for 7 damage.
So,
That's your 4 shields are gone, and you take 3 HP damage.
okay. So
Actually,
that was a primitive attack.
How much HP does he have left?
Mikey has 7 HP left, 0 shields, and yes, that was a preemptive attack. Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, we already did on a loss.
Well, that was on the robotic wolves. This is a different fight.
Oh, okay. So you need me to roll?
Yes, go ahead, roll a d20 for you and for elevated.
I got a 2.
All right. What's elevated
Tony
get?
got a 6.
He got a 6.
Should I go first?
Wait, no, Tony, you got a 6, right? So that means the statue goes first.
He got a 20. Tony got a 20.
Oh, Tony got a 20. Yeah, Tony goes first.
So you want to heal right off the bat? Or
Yeah. Or I think I'm about to throw you a heal because he hit you for 7. So
Right.
if I don't, he can possibly kill you next time.
He technically hit Mikey for 3 because he has no shields now.
Yeah, I know, but he took 7
oh, so you can't get that shield back.
No.
Yeah,
I
after
can only go back up to 10.
yeah, once fights are over, your shields regenerate after about 5 or so minutes, but your HP does not regenerate over time.
How much does Tony heal per heal?
He heals 1d8 plus 7.
Plus 7?
Yeah.
Wow. So a minimum of 8?
Yeah.
Minimum was, pretty much.
Sorry, 1d6 plus 7. Sorry, a minimum of 7.
Yeah, so a minimum of 7. So that's gonna be a lot of overhealing.
No, you don't overheal. It just heals you to 10.
I can only use it 7 times a day.
Yeah, I like how Tony said that. I can only use it 7 times a day. You know how many times Mikey can cast spells?
Like
once a day per spell.
Damn.
That's if he has a spell, you know?
Alright. So
But I gotta heal him though, cause
Yeah.
I would save it one more. I don't think he'll be able to do that much. 7 damage to me. If not 7 damage off of us, then we'll massively underranked for this.
All right, so you can, if you choose to heal, you don't have to roll for it because it's a plus 7 and Mikey only has 3 HP damage. You know what I mean? But you could also, you can do whatever you want.
He's a statue.
You can cast Ray, you can shoot it, you can kick it, whatever you want to do.
He's a statue. If I cast fucking whatever it's called on him, I don't think he would get blinded.
Oh, Flash?
Can he be blinded?
I mean, I can't tell you whether he'd be blinded by Flash, but I'll tell you that it's a magical animated statue.
So probably I'm gonna say I'm gonna heal. Use my turn to heal.
Well, you can also attack, just so you know, with your weapon.
Oh yeah, with my handgun.
handgun and heal.
All right, Mikey, you're at full HP. Give me a roll for Tony's attack, but add a -2 to it.
Alright, so rolling.
Yep.
12.
And that's with the -2, or is that before a -2?
No, that's before.
All right, so it's a 10.
Yeah.
It misses.
Fuck. That was a shot? That was a handgun shot?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So it's next.
Yeah. So Tony, you cast a healing on Mikey. He's fully healed, and you shot. That means you can only move or end your turn.
How far am I away from him?
You're at the door, so I would say you're about 15, 20 feet away.
Alright, yeah, I'm done.
Cool. That would mean it is the statue's go, then Mikey's go.
Yep.
All right. Statue goes to attack Mikey.
Boy, you got some trash rolls. That's alright. At least I'm getting them out the way now.
All right. It rolls a 15, so it does not hit Mikey. All right. That's its turn. What do you want to do, Mikey?
We're gonna use slash again.
All right. You're gonna attack it with your great axe.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Give me a roll.
Get him out the way now, right? So that was an attack, and then I have an ability. I can use limit break, which. No, just save it. I don't want to have to use a heal if he doesn't hit you. Alright. If you do damage to yourself, I'm gonna have to. End my turn.
All right. Cool. So you missed and you end your turn, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
It's your go. Elevated.
I'm gonna shoot him with the handgun and shoot him with the ray.
All right. Don't forget how many. You rolled an 18. Is that with the -2 or?
No, that's the dice. I'm gonna tell you the dice roll and you.
Okay, so I'll add the -2 in my head.
Yeah.
All right, so you rolled a 16. That's actually enough to hit with the handgun. Now, Tony, don't forget how many rays you have left, because I think you fired 2. Yeah.
2.
Yeah. So all right, so roll for roll. I'm gonna add the ray and the handgun and all that into a roll. It's a D4, a D6, and then add 7 to that. Okay.
A D4.
Yes.
2.
1 D4, 1 D6, and then add 7.
So that was 2.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
So that's 15.
All right, 15 damage. Cool. He's taking 15 damage. All right, anything else you want to do, Tony?
Fuck that boy up. What was the first? How much did you take off the first time?
Nobody's hurt him yet.
So that was the first time he got hurt. Minus 15.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on. Yeah, it's Mikey's turn.
No, it's the statue's go.
Statue's turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the giant demon-looking statue goes to attack you with its 4 swords. It misses.
Does it fall and break his leg or something? Does 2 damage to itself?
Yeah, right.
Alright, so it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna use slash again.
Okay.
11.
That is not enough to break its AC. But you're making a great tank. You're doing great. You're tanking great.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Go ahead, Tony. Alright, I'm gonna have to hit him with the ray and the pistol again.
All right, roll for the pistol, I guess.
Ray and pistol? Yeah, pistol attack.
He's gonna shoot with his gun and then fire ray.
Yeah, I could shoot my gun first, and then I'll make a decision, see if I kill him with that.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot the gun, and if you hit, you're gonna add the damage, and then see if he's dead or not. Then you'll fire ray.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
6.
All right, you miss with the handgun.
Fuck. Fire ray.
All right, cool. That's 1d4 plus 7.
3.
So 3 plus 7, that's 10 damage. All right, it is
25.
It is dead.
Nice. That's how you do it, boy. You completely kill that thing by yourself, honestly. Yeah, but I'm using all my spells, so we're gonna have to like stop and rest soon.
Well,
or we're gonna be fucked.
Well, understand that if Tony were to fight it, it'd have to roll a 13 to hit Tony, and Tony only has 8 HP. I mean 4 HP plus 4 shield. Yeah,
So Tony's got a shield.
He's got 4 shields, and just like you. By the way, your shields will regenerate after 5 minutes. Y'all want to rest for about 5 minutes or what?
Yeah, we should, and we'll look at the items that we picked up from the statue and the table.
All right, so it's an old looking bow, kind of like an ancient looking bow, a quiver with 40 old arrows, a flask of liquid, and some chainmail. It's it's very elegant looking chainmail, but it seems to be made of iron.
That's good. You can wear that, right? Mikey? Or Kraven?
If you were to put on the chainmail, you would have to take off your basic combat armor, which would mean you have 0 shield. But yeah, you would have 0 shield, but your AC would be let's see, 14, 15. Your AC would be 17. So you would gain 1 AC, but you would lose 4 shield.
I'm good. And then a bow?
Yeah, it's an ancient bow.
Okay. I could use that bow, and would it be better than what I have?
Well, here's the deal with bows, okay? The bow does 1d6, I believe. It has 40 arrows in the quiver. Now, unlike the handgun, you cannot just fire it every turn. You have to load an arrow. So what that means is you can only attack with the bow. You can't use an ability. You have to basically load it with an item interaction and then fire it.
That's weak.
It's good if you have no abilities or bullets.
Alright. So we found a bow, chainmail, and a flask. What else? That was it?
That's all that was on the table.
So nothing brought from the magic statue?
The magic statue itself is just a stone statue with carved into it 4 blades.
I wonder which one of these this guy was looking for. Or if this is even it at all. We'd have no clue, so we didn't really ask the right questions. So let's make our way out of the room and go over to the other door.
The one with the shadows underneath it?
Yep.
What do you want to do?
I think you should look in there and see what it is, and then I'm thinking about raging through that thing. No, just it's actually not a bad idea. The worst idea I've ever heard.
Well,
I was
if you burst into the room, and rage, and then attack whatever you see. I can give you preemptive.
Alright.
Yeah, and that'd be better because we have no sneak or stealth or anything like that, so we're gonna lose in the first attack anyway. So if you just go in blindly, I was gonna say I could use my blind and shit and just take a chance.
Hostile in there, we attack something.
Fuck it, we all the loot. We got everything.
I mean,
From the angel.
I mean, anything could be on the other side of that door. You know, a whole posse of people, nothing, traps.
Just lights moving around, making little shadows.
Yeah.
So I bust through the door. What do I see?
All right, so you bust through the door and you see about 6 robot-looking dogs.
Great.
Are you attacking one of them?
Yes. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And then attack. I'm moving from the Tony, rage and attack.
All right, so you go to attack one of them. Roll to see if you hit.
4.
That's a miss.
Miss.
All right, you're in rage, which means you regenerate 1 HP every turn. All your attacks do double bonus damage. So in this case, it would be 1d12 plus 4. And your AC is decreased by 5, so you have 11 AC. But you have 4 shield, so that's kind of cool. All right, what do you that's your preemptive attack, Mikey. Tony, are you preemptive attacking, or are you just kind of staying there?
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah. With my AC being low as it is, and there's 5 attacks coming toward me, that would be best.
I'll do that then.
All right, you cast flash. All right, that would mean everything in the room would be blinded. Let me check to read the specific writing because I don't think it attacks allies. It says blinds opponents. So yeah, only opponents. And since they're magically enchanted to be living, aka needing sleep and stuff like that, that means they need sight as well. Therefore, they are all blinded for guess how many turns?
7.
Exactly. That means unless you're adjacent to them, they won't know where the heck you are. And that means technically Mikey's getting 1 attack heading towards him whenever their turn rolls around.
See lit. Now we know that can work.
All right.
Take that shot.
All right, cool. Everybody roll initiative.
What's initiative?
It's to see who goes first.
Yeah. What dice?
Oh, 20.
I rolled a 10.
All right, cool.
Tony rolled a 19.
Tony goes first.
Me. Alright, I'll just shoot him with my gun.
All right, go ahead.
8.
Misses.
I missed. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some work this time. I can't use my beam that much more.
We died.
Oh no, they have 7. They're gonna have 7 less turns. We're not gonna die, I don't think. I'll just flash them again.
All right. So you shot with your handgun. Is there anything you want to do?
No, I mean I'm pretty decent away from him, right? I'm not like close to any one of them.
All right, cool. I guess that means it's the wolf's go. There's only one adjacent to Mikey, so that one's gonna snap around. I'm gonna give it disadvantage or whatever, which pretty much works exactly like it does in 5th edition. AKA, I'm gonna roll 2d20 and take the lower of the two rolls. It rolls a 9. It misses.
Nice.
All right, Mikey, it's your go.
See where you got this. You just gotta rage and just go ahead and kill him.
You're already
Oh,
raged.
you already raged. Yeah, he's already raged, so yeah, just make sure you hit him.
What's up?
Attack the one I'm adjacent to, 9.
All right, cool. You rolled a what? A 9?
Yeah.
All right, you miss. All right, do you want to do anything else?
No.
All right, cool. I guess turn order. It rolls over to Tony. What do you want to do?
Shoot him.
Cool. By the way, I'm keeping track of your bullets.
12. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's a 12.
I hit.
No, you don't actually. 12's just barely a miss.
So it's at least. So you're telling me, like, out of all the dice, we only have. We have a way smaller chance of missing than hitting. How does that make sense?
You have a higher chance of missing.
It goes all the way up to 12, and it's only the 20. There's only a 7 out of 12 that we can hit. Not even that.
That's
7
correct.
out of 20. It's depending on what animal it is or creature, right? Some
Yeah.
of them you can hit easier, correct?
Yeah, some have 8, some have 15, some have 13, some have 10. Also, one thing that affects it is your dexterity and your weapon proficiencies. Both of you have a 0 to your THACO, aka a plus. You have no bonuses to your accuracy, right? So if you were to say have high dexterity, your accuracy would be better.
So we just suck at hitting right now.
Hitting with physical attacks, but I mean, when you level up enough, you can put that into your weapon proficiency, and that'll give you accuracy in those specific weapons. For instance, Tony.
Yeah, I think in a sniper, I'll be able to hit.
Exactly. With his, if he were to get a sniper, he would have a +1 to his accuracy.
So Tony got a 12, he misses, so it's the one that's closest to me, dogs.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Turn number.
I just need to go ahead and murk him.
All right. It rolls a 6. Well, hold on. I forgot to roll a second dice. It rolls a 9 again. It misses.
It almost hit you with that 16, dog.
It rolled a 9 because it's disadvantage, obviously, because it's blinded.
Yeah.
All right.
So
What do you want to do, Mikey?
attack.
Cool.
Jason.
Give me a roll.
It took us this long just to get off one. We're gonna die. 3.
It misses.
Oh my god. Fuck. I attack with my guns.
What's up, Mikey?
It feels like we're more of a disadvantage than anything. You said you roll.
All right. What do you want to do, Tony? Or have you ended your turn, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, cool. What do you want to do, Tony?
We still got about 4 more turns. So I'm gonna let you hit a few. See if you can hit like 3 more times. And
You
then
have
I'm gonna
5 more
knock that
turns,
one
by the
out.
way.
Huh?
You have 5 more turns.
What, blinded?
Yeah, I've been counting.
Okay. So 4 more turns. You can try to hit, and then on that last turn, I'll knock one, and then flash again on the next turn.
Pretty much.
All right, so just shoot with my gun then.
All right, cool. Give me a roll.
4.
Misses.
Fucking A.
Do you end your turn, Tony?
Yeah, when I get a sniper, I'm gonna build me a sniper next game.
Yeah.
Got to.
All right, cool. I'm gonna roll for the dog to attack. All right, one rolls a 15. I mean, it rolls a 15, so that's just barely a miss.
No, well, it doesn't matter if you miss.
Yeah.
My AC's down right now.
Yeah, your AC's good. All right, what do you want to do, Mikey?
You gotta hit, dog. How long does range last?
Oh no, he cast Flash. Flash lasts for another 4 more turns.
How long is this rage?
Oh, Rage? Rage lasts until combat's over.
Okay. Oh, that's lit. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, the downside is you can't turn it off.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna attack the Jason one.
Alright, cool.
6.
It's miss.
Fuck, I shoot my gun again.
Alright, cool. Roll.
20.
Alright, cool. It's a crit.
Nice.
Roll 2d6 and then 2d6.
5.
Alright.
6.
5 and 6. Alright, cool. And then you got the -2. So 5, 6. That's 9 damage. Alright, you deal 9 damage to it. It's still alive.
Nice. He has 1 HP. Think so? Yeah, I would hit another one and let me shoot him again. Yeah, another what? I would strike another animal and let me shoot him the next time. The one that shoot another one is not adjacent. Oh, you talking about as far as killing another one? Yeah, so you can try to get your full attack off instead of hitting him for 1 HP.
Well, the thing is, when you're adjacent to an enemy, if you try to move away, now in this case it's blinded, so it doesn't know where Mikey is. It won't get an opportunity to attack. But if it wasn't blinded and Mikey tried to move to another enemy, it would get an opportunity attack, which basically means a chance to possibly hit him.
Okay, so let's remember that in case he's not blinded for next time.
Yeah.
But in case the fact that he is blinded puts us at a slightly more of an advantage, so I think you should try to hit something else and let me hit him for that 1 damage next time. Because I'm sure I can get him in the next 4 turns, 3 turns with 1 damage and kill him, and you could kill another one, and we'd only have what, 2 left or 3?
There's 6 in the room.
Yeah, 4 then. We'd have 4 more instead of 5. Okay.
All right, Tony, you just attacked with your gun. Do you want to use ability or end your turn?
It's over. My turn. I want to end my turn.
All right, so that would mean it is the Metal Wolf's go. It hits. Mikey, oh, by the way, I forgot that your AC is 11, so I'll try to keep that in mind next time. But, Mikey, you take 3 shield damage, okay?
Okay. 3 shield damage?
3 shield damage. Because y'all waited 5 minutes for it to heal.
Yeah, you got your shield back.
Before y'all entered here, y'all waited 5 minutes. But anyway, all right, so you took 3 shield damage, and I forgot to keep track of the fact that your AC is 11. I'll keep that in mind next time. But anyway, so yeah, it's your go now, Mikey.
All right, so I'm gonna attack just another one.
All right, cool. Give me a roll.
14.
That is enough to hit it. Go ahead and roll a
Nice.
D12 and add 4 to it.
Now kill it. Hold on, let me write down this robot dog's AC. It's 10 always. It's 12, ain't it?
No, it's not
No,
12.
10.
It's 12 was not enough to hit it. You rolled a 14.
13.
Yep.
Oh, you talking about AC? Never mind. All right, so I'm rolling for a hit.
You already, for how much? 5 damage. Is that 5 damage? You added the. Did you add the +4 or no?
Oh, this is for damage because I hit. Was I supposed to be rolling a 6?
A D12. A D12.
Oh, okay, yeah. Roll. 8.
And then did you add the +4?
No, so 12 damage.
All right.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. All right.
Nice.
What do you want? All right. Do you end your turn, Mikey?
Yeah, that's it. Pass.
Cool. Tony?
I try to shoot the adjacent one with my gun.
All right. The one that took 9 damage.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Give me a roll.
Yeah, Mikey. Oh, my bad. 9.
It misses.
Fuck. But still attack the other one. No, you have a chance, but it still probably won't. Alright, end your turn. I didn't think about you being able to get hit, but oh yeah, it's ended.
All right, cool. This is,
turn.
I believe, this is the last turn of being blinded. But there's no dogs next to anyone, so they don't attack anyone anyway for the last turn. All right, it is Mikey's go.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the one that's right next to me that only has 1 HP.
All right, cool.
Whatever, go ahead. I feel like you should attack another one. That 1 HP is not gonna do. Change to a different one behind it. You better hit it. If I'm gonna hit it, I can always heal you, dog. I'm 12.
12? 12's a miss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were gonna miss anyways. Come on, man. You gotta hit. In my turn.
All right, cool. Tony?
Alright, I'm gonna shoot that one that I'm trying to hit. Been trying to hit.
Okay.
2. Failed.
All right, miss. Do you want to use an ability?
Yes, you're gonna have to use an ability.
One second. I'm assuming Tony's doing something.
Yeah, give me like 30 seconds.
All right, cool.
Alright, so we gotta make some adjustments when we get back to town.
Yeah, y'all can if y'all get a lot of money or y'all make it back to town or whatever, you could probably think about investing into a sniper for Tony, maybe some healing items, just stuff.
Yeah, we might get some potions and stuff. And how can I raise my attack, my hit, my taco?
Your accuracy? The only way to raise your accuracy would be by getting a magic weapon or whatever. But you're probably not going to get that at level 1. Another way you can get raise your accuracy is at level 3. You get 1 weapon proficiency point at level 3. You could put that into Great Axe, and that would increase your accuracy and damage. Yes, I can.
So how far are we from leveling this?
After this, I go by missions. So after this mission, you'll be level 2, and then after the next mission, you'll be level 3.
Okay. And I'm looking at something on here. It says Dex. Alright, I'm here, by the way.
All right, cool. Do you want to use an ability, or do you want to end your turn? If you don't use an ability, they'll have all their sight.
I'll use flash again.
All right, cool. They're all blinded. I mean, again.
Don't you gotta roll them?
No, abilities automatically hit.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, cool. So, yeah, they're all reblinded. It is. The wolves go. The one with 1 HP. It goes to attack Mikey, or tries to, because you're adjacent to it. It rolls a 9. So, yeah, what do you want to do, Mikey?
Attack.
Okay, give me a roll.
One of the back ones.
Okay, you move away towards the back one. Got you.
6.
6 misses. I mean, honestly, you are getting all the bad rolls out the way. So when it counts, you'll have them. You'll have the good ones.
I hope so. Fuck. Let's shoot him with my gun and see what happens.
Which one? The one with
the
1
one
HP.
with 1 HP.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep in mind you only have 3 shots left. 8 misses.
How many shots does he have left?
Yeah, it's 2 more shots left with his gun.
Alright.
You might want to consider after this fight giving him the bow. So if he's going to choose not to use an ability, he could just use his bow.
Can you have 2 weapons on him like that?
Well, yeah, he just can't have them equipped.
Okay. Well, he can. I can't shoot 2 in one turn, right?
No.
That's what you mean. Okay, so give me like a second to brainstorm. Look at my sheet real quick.
Okay. You fired your handgun and missed. You can use one of your abilities or end your turn. Don't forget you have a floaty little robot, but it cannot attack. Your robot is, yeah, he's had a little robot floating around him this entire time.
My bad, I accidentally left. What can a robot do?
It's a floaty little orb around him. It hasn't said a word.
But what can it do? Does it have any abilities or anything?
It just, well, I mean, you don't.
How come I can't hear him?
Because you have the robot on mute.
Alright.
But yeah, he's just floating around you. Just so you know.
I couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
But item or something. Which we don't have any item right now.
Yeah.
Why can't I hear Glenn? Tell him leave and come back.
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear?
You can't hear Glenn? No, not at all.
All right, let me exit out of chat and I'll come right back in.
Just leave the server and come back in.
How about now? Can you?
I can hear you fine.
I wonder why Tony can't hear me. Can you hear me now, Tony?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, so what do you want to do? You can use an ability or end your turn. This they're already reblinded. This is the after you shot another shot.
You think I don't know if I want to shoot one with Ray, but I feel like
I think you have like.
If I don't shoot that adjacent one, then he will attack again, and if he gets hit, I don't know. You guys should take him out, Mikey, and use one of my 7, or
You've
I
already.
have like 5 left.
I think you have like 4 rays left.
You got 4. You used 3 already. I would use it to try to hit him.
Yeah,
I already tried to hit him. I missed him.
He already shot a handgun. You can end your turn if you wish.
Yeah, I'll just end my turn and see how it plays out this turn.
All right, cool. It's the one next to Mikey's go. That one it rolls an 9, 10, 11. It rolls a 12, so it hits Mikey.
But it has
Because your AC is 11 due to the fact you're in rage.
Yeah, but you gotta roll twice to take the lower one.
Yeah, the higher one was 15.
So it hit me for how much damage?
It hit you for 5 damage, so you have your shields are gone, and now you have 7. No, 8. You have 6 HP. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So it was -5. You said.
Yes. So your shields are gone because you only had 1 shield, I believe, and now your HP's at 5. I mean, at 6. I mean.
So it came back and biting us in the ass out of HP, but we'll heal. So I wanna attack.
I still think it was a smart play because we in the long run.
Yeah, I'll attack.
The one.
I'll attack the one right beside me. We need to try to attack this one world.
All right, cool.
Just real quick.
Now the one next to you has full HP, by the way.
How does he get a full HP now?
I don't think you attacked the one with 1 HP. I think you attacked one of the ones in the back.
So I moved by him when I did it?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're attacking the one next to you still, or?
Yeah, the one next to me, the one that can hit me.
All right, cool. And what's your roll?
15.
All right, it hits. Roll a D12 plus 4.
Lit, we needed that.
7.
All right, it takes. Is that the plus 4 or is that before?
11 damage.
All right, it is dead.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
I'm doing all the work. Got you on my back right now again.
Hey yo, that wasn't like that the first time. Remember? You couldn't even get a good. You couldn't even hit anybody.
Oh, I'm doing all the hits now. All right, pass my turn to him.
All right, Tony, it's your go. Don't forget you have 2 shots left.
All right, I'll try to shoot the one with 1 HP with the handgun.
All right, cool.
19. Finally.
Nice, I killed him.
All right,
D12.
it's a D6
D6.
minus 2.
5, so -2 is a 3. You did enough damage to kill it.
Yeah, it's dead.
Why do you have a -2 now?
He's not proficient with handguns.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I want to use.
No, he's supposed to have a -2 if he was using a melee weapon.
Well, no. Any weapon that you're not proficient with, you get a -2. So if he had a melee weapon he wasn't proficient with, that would be a -4.
Weapon, so the only weapon pro he has is sniper.
Well, that's the only one he has a proficiency in.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that,
I get it.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shoot another one with Ray.
All right, cool. Roll a D4 plus 7.
D4 plus 7 for hit. Oh, it's automatic hit. Never mind. 1 plus 7 is 8.
You deal 8 damage to one of them. There's by the way, there's 3 left and one's taken 8 damage.
Alright, so there's none by me, so none can attack, right?
Correct.
Alright, I'm attacking another one. Just move to the one that's got full health.
One
'cause I'm gonna kill it.
one with full health.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
11.
Is not enough to hit it. All right. It's your go, Tony.
Just shoot the one that's beside me.
No, this one already has 8. If I go ahead and kill it. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. You can't attack right now anyway. So yeah.
Attack the one by me, right?
I don't know. You think I should go ahead and take him out since I'm not gonna be able to.
I think you should attack to be safe. And with my you gotta heal. My health is only 6 after this.
Oh yeah, heal.
Wait, just attack the one beside me and then heal.
Yeah, I think I'll save my bullet unless I'm gonna shoot that one guy.
for like a finish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to use the last bullet as like a finisher. But you can still attack with no gloves on with the hands, right?
It's a -2, aka he would do 0 damage with his fist, even if he hit.
A -2, but it's a 4-sided dice, right?
No, your fists are straight up strength damage.
Okay.
Unless you're proficient in fists.
Okay. So what you gonna do?
Tony,
Yeah.
are you gonna heal or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal. My bad. I couldn't.
All right.
Something
Since it's +7 and Mikey's only taking 4 damage, he's fully healed. You don't have to roll.
Sure.
All right, cool. Is that your turn, Tony?
He got a hit. He still got a hit, right?
Well, he can attack
Yes.
if you want to attack. I guess he exit out real quick.
He said he got something. Yes, that's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. Okay, Mikey, what do you want to do? Oh wait, it's if you ended your turn, that means it's the wolf go that's next to you.
Yeah.
All right, it's still blinded, so it rolls an 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, sorry, it rolls just barely an 11 because 8 plus 3 is 11. All right, so it hits you.
Hello, my bad. What's happened? What happened?
Mikey got hit for 1 damage.
-1.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mikey's at 9. All right, Mikey, what do you want to do? All right.
6.
Misses.
Tony or go Tony?
What do you want to do, Tony?
I gotta use Ray on the one that hasn't been hit.
All right, the one next to Mikey.
Yep.
Oh. Well,
Tony.
I think he's.
My bad. I thought I said yeah.
Got you. All right, Mikey.
The one that hasn't been hit.
All right, roll a d4 plus 7.
It's a 3.
3 plus 7, that's a 10.
Good job.
Cool. All right. Tony ended his turn, killed the one next to you. So that means there's the one with 8 HP. I mean, sorry, with 8 HP damage and one with full health. But none of them can attack you because they're blinded. What do you want to do, Mikey?
Move to the one that's full health.
Okay, go ahead.
5. Jesus.
Oh. All right, cool. You miss. What do you want to do?
Pass it on.
All right, Tony, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot the one that has 8 damage with my gun, and then hit the other one with Ray.
All right, cool. Roll for the gun.
All right. 12.
12. That's a miss because the -2 and since their AC is higher than 12. All right. Ray, on the other one, roll a d4 plus 7.
7. So 8.
You rolled a d4, right?
Yeah, I rolled a d4. It was a 1.
Oh, okay. So 8 damage. Okay, so it takes 8 damage. All right, cool, cool, cool. You have two looking metal wolves that have taken 8 damage, and they're blinded still for like a turn.
So they have 3 damage left a piece. Alright, so whose turn?
It's your go, Mikey. Wait, yeah, it's your go.
Attacking, I got a 7. Fail.
All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, Tony, what do you want to do? You have 0 bullets.
I cast Flash,
All right, cool.
and then end my turn.
All right, cool, cool, cool. That means if the wolves go, there's one adjacent to Mikey. It missed. Wait, it hits. Mikey, you take 3 damage.
Say how much?
3.
That's 6 XP.
Yep. All right, Mikey, it's your go.
Attack the one beside me.
Cool, cool, cool.
14.
Hits.
Doesn't matter on damage, right?
Yeah, it doesn't, but if you want to roll anyway, you can.
3.
All right, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. It's dead. All right, cool, cool. Do you end your turn?
Yep.
All right, Tony, what do you want to do?
Attack the last one.
You don't even have to attack, honestly. You could just pass it to Mikey and see if he attacks it.
Yeah, I'd rather pass it because if I use another ability and we get another fight, we are fucked, really. Alright, attack.
Well, hold on, wait. Tony ends his turn. There's no adjacent wolves, and then Mikey goes to attack. I just have to clarify it.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Correct. It's a 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage, and I mean you don't have to, but you know.
It's a 3.
3. All right, so you deal a grand total of 7 damage. It is dead. You have 6 dead metal wolves in the room.
Alright, let's search them, see if we found anything.
Well, as same as before, there's metal shells, but the inside's hollow.
I would like to pick up all my ammo casings too, by the way.
All right, cool. All the shells that flew out, all like 7 of them.
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
7 kills.
Do y'all want to stick around and wait for about 5 minutes for your shield to heal?
Yes, we should. And Tony should use rejuve.
Are you okay with that, Tony?
Yeah, heal.
All right, cool, cool, cool. You have 5 uses of rejuve left, I believe. Mikey's at full health, and after 5 minutes, full shield.
5 uses of rejuve.
Yeah, because he already used it once. All right. So in this room, other than the corpses of dogs, you see corpses of humanoid-looking people in the room.
Search them.
All right. There seems to be nothing of importance on them other than like knives.
We'll take them for scraps.
All right, so there's 3 knives that y'all have. I mean, of course, they have the clothes that's on them, but it's kind of like ripped to shreds, and they're missing limbs. In the room, there's a door. So let's say you're entering in from the right side of the room. Okay, that's where you entered in from. Okay.
That was a hard fight, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking 20. At the end, yeah.
Wait, you rolled a 20 at the end?
19.
Oh, a 19.
When he picked the fight, did he roll Oh, for
When,
difficulty.
no. I don't. It's not difficulty. I have everything in this dungeon preset, where the enemies are, where the traps are, and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like this quest itself was intended for a party of 4 level 1 people, but can be ran with 2 level 1 people if played smart. I know one person who basically uh they got past the first 4 wolves, right? And then they bust into the room, like they just walk in. They don't even check or anything. They just walk into the room, and the wolves just pounce onto him because they got initiative. And so that party member died. Then they ran away from those wolves into the room with the statue, and then they grabbed something from the table. The statue then proceeded to murder everyone else.
Pretty bad. Like not thinking.
But anyway, so let's imagine this room's a square, okay? You entered from the right side of the room. At the top side of the room would be a giant round circle on that wall, right? And on that circle you see 2 symbols, a sun and a moon, and the sun seems to be lit up. Now on the bottom wall of the room, I suppose you could say, is another door leading down that path, and then across from the door that you entered, there's just a wall.
Yeah. I think we're gonna die, bro. What's our HP at? We're full HP, no it's full shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have that many spells left.
You have 1 ray. You have 0 bullets. Now Mikey has like a quiver and a bow.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that from him. All right. How do I make more ammo? Do I need certain shit to make it, or I just need my clip?
You grab your shells and stuff like that, and then if you get a ammo making station for your ship, you can just make more ammo.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you have to bring your casings and stuff like that. You have to collect that stuff. Otherwise, that was the correct decision. But yeah, of course, you collect your casings and then bring them back to the ship to ammo making station, and then you can basically get those back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. So, do you want to walk up to the big round door with the sun and moon on it, or do you want to walk up to the other door?
Let's go to the one with the sun and moon.
Okay. You walk up to what's up?
Check it for traps.
All right. Cool. Give me a roll.
By the way, he gives me that bow. You gotta give me that bow before we start. Yeah, I gave you the bow now. We have the same inventory now.
Well, I have them separate so I can know what's on who.
Okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and transfer that from your sheet to Tony's sheet. Also, who has the flask?
Yeah, he needs a flash because I can tell it's gonna do something serious.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. So you got the bow and arrow, Tony. You want to equip that instead of the handgun?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Understand, if you fire the bow and arrow, you cannot use an ability.
I understand that, sir.
All right. Cool. All right. So you walk up to the big round door and you check for traps. Go ahead. Give me a roll.
Roll what?
Give me a roll for checking.
Oh, what dice?
D20.
Oh. 15.
All right. So you see this big round door with a sun and moon and all kinds of ancient looking symbols on it. It appears as though this door is meant to open, not be pushed or pulled, but kind of kind of like spin around into the frame.
Alright.
That's
No traps?
are there?
Alright,
That's all you
all
see.
of it's a trap.
I can't physically tell you if there's a trap unless you're like a rogue. I can only tell you what. Well, the 15 allows me to tell you what you see in as much description as I can.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and spin the door out and
You cannot.
proceed.
It doesn't budge.
Alright, back up.
Okay.
Go around to the other door.
All right. Cool. Head up to the other door.
Check different traps.
All right. Give me a roll.
5.
All right. It looks like a door.
Alright, so let's barge in there.
All right. Cool. You kick open the door, and you see that it's a small room with a door on the other side of the room. Beside the door that you kicked open, there seems to be some sort of ancient treasure chest with no lock pad on it.
Alright, so just walk up and open it.
Who?
I'm checking the room. Whatever you do, don't walk up and open it. Look around the room.
Nothing.
Let's proceed to the other door and check the door.
All right. Give me a roll. 8. All right. Cool. It looks like a door.
Fucking open it if you want to. I mean, let's go open the door.
All right. So you open. Where are you, Tony?
Following behind me like a little scared girl. I'm gonna be probably at the other door.
Okay. Cool. So you kick open the door, Mikey. Is that correct? All right, you kick open the door. Inside this, you see another dome round room with ancient-looking writing on the wall. At the center looks to be some sort of armored statue like the other room, but instead of angel wings, it looks like bat-like wings. Another brick, you could say, is sticking out of the bottom of the statue on this one.
So I'm gonna walk over
Okay.
to the statue.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push the same way I did on the other one.
All right. That brick slides into the statue and starts glowing a darkly color, and you hear a giant click followed by sounds from multiple spots in the dungeon. You can hear moving like kind of like rocks grinding against each other.
That's creepy. Alright. So that's all in the room. There's no other doors.
Yeah, just the way you came.
Alright, so we're gonna go back.
All right.
I'm gonna check out this chest right here.
Are you gonna open it?
Yeah. I'm gonna open it.
Cool. How?
I'm gonna look around it, make sure there's no traps or nothing funny going on.
All right.
I'm cautiously open the lid.
All right. Where are you standing, Tony?
Very far away.
Like, where is far away? Because it's a small room.
He's still in the doorway. I want to bag up to the. I want to be right at the entrance of the second door.
The door with the armored statue, or the door where Mikey originally entered this room?
The door where he entered where he entered the room.
All right.
That's by the chest. You're standing right by the chest.
Do you want to be outside the room altogether, or what do you want to do?
No, put me on the other side of the room from the chest.
Where they ain't. But Where inside the room, or where they
Yeah,
got.
inside the room.
All right, remember this room is about, I don't know, 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah, just open it because if it like does something and sends you to another place, then I'll be fucked. So just go ahead.
All right, Mikey, give me a roll, and I'll tell you what you see. Okay. 20.
Give me all the details.
All right,
We both
so.
just fucking die.
All right, so first off, this chest is very ancient and dusty. It looks as though it has no locks of any sort on it at all. It's bound to the ground, like it's attached to the ground. And there's ancient writing and stuff all over the wall, of course. And it's a small room. That's what you see.
All right. Okay. So we open it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna roll some dice real quick.
Holy fuck.
There you go.
Shitty shit I've been doing.
All right, Mikey. So you take 12 damage. Out of the chest shoots several spiked needles that shoot directly into your face and body for 12 damage.
So I have 2 HP left.
Yes.
Can we instantly heal him?
Okay. You heal him. He's fully healed. Since Tony was on the direct opposite side of the room behind you, since they all shot into you, he was guarded by your body.
Yes. I'll take that lick. At least I would have definitely died. Huh? I said I would have died for sure.
All right. Inside the chest is another flask.
All right, Tony can have that one. Keep that one in Tony's inventory.
Gotcha.
I knew he was gonna say that.
All right. Just so you know, Tony, you have 4 uses of rejuve left.
I have what?
4 uses of rejuve left. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay. How many flashes?
What's up?
5. How many flashes he got left? 5.
Yeah, he can use flash. No, he can only use flash 4 times. He used it 3 times in the last match.
Alright, and then how many times can I use limit break? I use it once and I use rage once.
Yeah, so you can use rage 2. No, you use rage twice. You can use rage one more time, and you can use limit break 3 more times. The first time you used rage was to stop the wall from crushing you. The second time was in combat when you bursted into the room. All right.
This could get really crazy very soon.
All right, cool. All right, so what do you want to do? You want to head out of this room with the chest in it?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all head back into the room that had the circular door with the sun and moon on it, but the sun and moon is no longer there. It opens up to another room. You can see into it. Inside that room, it looks to be a very small room, about as small as the room with the chest, but this one's a round dome room, and inside of it, at the center, is a floating, glowing orb. You approach the orb? All right. And where are you? What are you doing, Tony?
As far as possible in the same room.
It's a small room.
Actually, I'm gonna get behind him again. Just stay behind me. Yeah.
So, are you gonna be where the door entrance is, or just slightly in the entrance of that room?
Slightly in. Slightly in.
All right. Cool. I need you to roll twice, Mikey, on a d20. Cool. All right. All right. So y'all enter this room, okay? And well, Tony, just he'll be back in a second. All right, you're back, Tony.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So y'all enter this room, and you're standing behind Mikey. Mikey, you see this large glowing orb. There's nothing in the room other than the ancient writing on the wall and this giant glowing orb. Now, looking at it, let's see. Nobody has lore or history or anything like that. So I could just tell you that this glowing giant orb looks to be something magical.
Nice. That's me. Oh well, you can take it and give it to me.
It's huge, by the way. This thing is about as big as how do I describe it? Um, you know how big a mini fridge is?
Yeah.
Imagine two mini fridges stacked on each other, and that as a circle.
Okay. So that means he has to carry it.
It's floating.
So can I touch it?
All right, do you want to touch it?
Yeah.
All right, so you touch it, and you feel great wisdom coming from the orb, as if that wisdom could be absorbed into you. All right, now, real quick.
I'll absorb it.
Oh, well, you haven't touched it, Tony. You don't have a clue. All right, real quick, before you do anything, you hear, thanks, guys. I'm really happy that y'all opened up this to me. I've been really hoping somebody would do this. You know, as you can see, the last group of people I sent died, but I'm super glad y'all made it. That's what you hear.
So it's not the guy from
Y'all turn around,
it's
or
the guy from it's the guy from the store.
yeah,
The
y'all.
bar.
Well, you turn around, Tony. Do you turn around, Mikey?
No.
No. Or yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay, sorry. Sometimes it's hard to hear on connections like this. All right, so you both turn around and you don't see the guy, but you do see four behemoths, and one of them is holding some sort of gun to the head of Paige.
What? Damn. Okay.
The voice sounds like the guy that Mikey talked to, but you don't know that, Tony, because you didn't talk to him.
So okay, what I want to do is
Oh, wait.
I want to.
Real quick, Paige says, don't come any closer, is what Paige says.
Okay, I know what I want to do. I want to make the first move. Yeah, I want someone to.
All right,
I'm gonna go ahead and flash him.
you cast flash? All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you cast flash, and all four of the by the way, the people that you see in the room are big and furry. They're not really wearing anything but rags. They all have handguns, and they have collars on their necks. Okay, big, huge, and furry. They're actually around the size of Kraven here. They're around the size of Kraven. All right, so they're all blinded. Now I need everybody to roll initiative.
So 20. 12 is the first one.
12's the first one, okay.
And 12 is the second one. That's 2 times in a row.
Nice. All right,
So
so
we got again for each other.
all right, so they actually go first. And they fire blindly at the wall, but none of them hit y'all, of course. Okay. And Paige is blinded, by the way, so he's not an opponent, but he's not an ally, so I'll count him as blinded. But he kind of rolls out the way. Okay. What do y'all want? What do y'all want to do? Who wants to go first?
I want to go first. No. touch this orb thing.
Yeah, that's what I think you should do too. That's why I was asking if we were in combat.
You are in combat.
So can he do that? Can he
I mean, he can touch it if he wants to in combat, but it would be his turn to touch it and interact with it. But
All right, so
technically,
let Tony go first.
but-
Tony go touch it.
well,
We'll see what happens.
technically though, why would he touch it? He doesn't know about what it does.
Yeah, you're right. That's
No,
what
I felt it inside me, so I told him.
No, you didn't say it out loud though.
Yeah, you have to say
I
it.
said, Tony, I said, touch it.
Just say it then.
Elevated, you should touch that.
All right.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
say
yeah,
that?
touch it.
Do you say that in kind of like kind of elevated voice where you're like, elevated, you should touch that because you know you're in battle?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, elevated, it's your go. What do you want to do?
I want to touch it.
All right, so you touch the
I wanna
orb.
touch it.
So you walk towards the orb, you touch the orb,
Can I touch
and
it?
you feel great wisdom from the orb, as if that wisdom could be absorbed into you.
I try to interact or absorb it somehow.
All right, cool. Mikey, roll a d6.
Six.
Yeah.
It just fell off your whole desk, didn't it?
Yeah. It's a one.
It's a 1. All right. Cool. I will add that to Tony's sheet.
So what do you get? Plus one wisdom?
No, he got +1 skill point.
Oh.
Yeah, technically that probably would have been better if Mikey had touched that. He could have gotten his biotic armor sooner.
Yeah, we thought it was some pluses to wisdom. That's why we did that.
That's okay. That's okay. Y'all don't know what it is. All right.
So yeah, we have no clue.
All right. So after Tony touches that and absorbs the knowledge inside of it, then the light from the orb fades away and it crumbles and falls to the ground. And then you hear, "You fools! Why did you do that to the moonstone? Do you know how valuable that is?" That's what you hear.
That's all our credits. Boy, we were gonna get them anyways.
We'll be okay. What is one skill point go? What do you put that at for later? Like,
You can learn abilities.
Yeah, I know, but on our character sheet, where can you put that at? So we know
That's at your that's your CP. You go to intelligence down where the skill points is, and your skill points is you have 1 skill point, and you get 1 every level. The one you have's inside the quotations. The one that you get per level is outside the quotations.
Okay, alright.
So both you and Tony have 1 skill point
Right now?
right now. But you didn't gain any from the orb. Tony did. You already had 1.
Oh, okay, so I have 1, I get 1 every level, and then I have 1, which I'm saving.
Yeah,
Tony gets 2 per level,
yes.
and he has 1, okay.
Yeah.
What's that bonus for?
The bonus is for your bonus to intelligence-based attacks, like Limit Break.
And what's FPS?
FPS is your foot per second, so whatever. Basically, how many feet you can move per turn. So,
Okay.
so you can move 22 feet over the course of 6 seconds. 1 turn is 6 seconds. And for what's the word? An example, the world's fastest runner, I think it's Usain Bolt or whatever his name is. He can move around 60 something feet per second. I mean, per 6 seconds, over 6 seconds. So it's like 10 feet a second.
So we're faster than him.
No, you're
No.
much slower. You're like you can run a third of his speed.
A quarter. Yeah, okay.
You can move about 22 feet over the course of 6 seconds. 22 divided by 3. You can move like 2 or 3 feet a second. So you're very, very slow. Okay, cool. So, okay, so that happened. What do you want to do, Mikey?
So you got the skill point. Now I'm looking to attack one of these ugly guys.
All right, so you move out of the room, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, I have to roll some dice. To be fair, Paige did say don't come any closer. All right, so Mikey, you take 19 damage. Basically, there's a pole that was bent and had a string attached to it that was at the floor of the door, and when you tripped the wire, the knives stabbed into you for 19 damage.
So I'm dead.
Yes.
What the fuck? So how was I supposed to attack?
Well, the trap was a string at the.
You wasn't supposed to run out of there. I didn't. I attacked.
You moved out of the room, correct? Because the.
If they're not in the room, yeah. If they're not in the room, then I guess I moved out of the room.
Correct.
Okay, well I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Do you want?
How many? There's 4?
There are 4 giant looking furry dudes.
Oh shit.
Do you wish?
I guess I gotta fight them.
Do you want to temporarily take control of Paige for the rest of this combat, Mikey?
No, because he can't fight. Yeah, he can. That's Aaron's character. Well, right before this, he said that he couldn't. He left. He scooted and left.
No, he rolled out the way. Basically, he tried to basically get away. The guy was holding gun to him, so since the guy was blinded, he tried to leave out the way.
And the guy wasn't in the room, but when we touched the ball, when we turned around, they were behind us in the doorway.
Well, they weren't in the doorway. They were in the previous room, standing in the center, holding guns.
Just fight with his ability. Fight with his character, and we might still be able to come out. This is like where we get our actual loot from, so if we don't win this fight, I don't think we're gonna get anything good.
Well, I mean, you just got 1 skill point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a plus.
Yeah.
But they're blinded. None of them are near me. They can't really see me. And you can't move.
Do you want? I think I already sent. Aaron's character sheet on the Discord if you want to check it out.
Yeah, see what you can do with Aaron, Mikey. But I guess I hit one with my ray.
All right. Well. No, because you just went before Mikey, right? Then Mikey went. Now it's their go. And they fire blindly.
I thought they shot first.
Well, they shot. Then you went. Then Mikey went.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so they go to fire blindly. Okay. I'm gonna give them all a complete disadvantage. Okay. Miss. 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 All right, all 4 of them miss. All right. Turn order would reverse. I mean, circle around. It is your go, Tony. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna hit him with the bow. I'm gonna hit one with the bow first.
All right. Understand you cannot cast a spell if you use the bow.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, I'm gonna have to use the bow probably anyways, right? Hold on, let me think. No, I need to cast my rays.
All right. So you cast Ray.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. 1d4 plus 7. Which one do you attack? There's 4 of them. I mean, you could the one on the far left or right. It doesn't really matter. I'm just, any one of them.
Far right.
Far right. All right. Cool. The one next to the door. The one next to the door where the chest is, or the one next to the door where y'all originally entered this room, or one of the 2 in the middle.
Near the chest.
All right. Cool. All right. You fire Ray. That's 1d4 plus 7.
Mikey. What? 1d4.
Yeah, please. 1d4 plus 7. He casts Ray.
Plus 7 is 8.
All right. Cool. He is dead. Now, do you wish to play as Paige, Mikey?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Cool. Paige has a handgun. He has a +1 to his THAC0. But since he doesn't have proficiency in handgun, that's a negative. So he has a -1 when attacking with his handgun. He also has lift, create my image, force, which is an attack, and overload. So technically, you could fire your handgun, then use force. Or you could use lift, but it won't really help.
He has an attack that's probably gonna hit too.
Force hits no matter what. The handgun's just a -1.
Yeah, so attack with the handgun and the force, Mikey. So yeah, attack.
Do you want to attack the closest one technically to you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You said your handgun?
Yeah.
All right, give me a roll, D20.
20.
That natural 20. All right, cool. You crit. Go ahead and.
No, it's a 9.
Oh, it's a 9.
Yeah.
All right. So that 9 minus 1 means it's a miss. Are you gonna use force?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Remember, you can use force 8 times because it's a biotic. That's a D.
Nice.
That's a D4 plus 2.
3
Plus 2.
plus 2 is 5.
All right. So it is dead. All right. Cool.
Dead. 5 damage.
Yep. All right. All right. So the remaining 2 are still blinded. They're gonna go ahead and fire blindly in elevated's direction. Miss. How much AC do you have? Nope. Miss. 2 misses. All right.
All right. I shoot the bow. No, I shoot the ray.
You don't have any more rays.
Oh, I shoot the bow then.
All right. Cool. Give me a roll on a D20. That's -2.
11.
All right. 11 minus 2 is a 9. You miss.
Killed. Oh, that's for the damage of the ray.
No, he wasn't using ray. He was using a bow.
Yeah, I'm using the bow.
So he's got to roll for an attack. See if he hits.
You already did. Oh, we just did, right? All right, Paige's turn.
Oh,
Paige's turn.
yeah.
Missed.
He didn't have a ray. That's why you had to attack with the bow.
How many bows does he have? How many 20? 40.
He has, well, 39. Oh, well, yeah, 40. He has 40 shots, and he's going to fire one since he doesn't have any rays left.
Okay. So my turn. So attack. 12.
All right, 12's a hit. Go ahead and roll a d6 for damage. Wait, 12 minus 1. It's still a hit.
And these are the werewolf looking things?
Yes. If you know what race I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The behemoths.
10 AC behemoth.
All right.
And 5 HP.
Well, I can't tell you any of that. You gotta come to those conclusions
Yeah, it's 5
yourself.
HP. Yeah, it's 5 HP, 10 AC. Alright,
You hit.
so I need to roll a 4 side. You got your D4, right?
No, your handgun is a d6, so it's a d6 plus 1. I mean, a d6 minus 1.
So it's a 3 minus 1 is a 2.
All right, so you deal 2 damage. You want to use
No,
force?
I'm gonna use. I use the other attack. Yeah, I'm gonna use what is it?
Force.
Force.
All right, cool. That's 1d4 plus 2.
So 4. So plus 2 is a 6.
It is dead. All right,
One left, right?
there is one left. It is its turn, I believe. So it goes. It's still firing blindly towards elevated. It misses. They rolled a 3. All right,
I shoot
elevated.
with the bow.
All right, cool. Give me a roll.
3.
Minus 2. It's a 1. You miss. Unless you want to move, that's your go.
That's it.
All right, what do you want to do?
He's just gonna tackle the handgun. 16.
Hits.
So 5. I got a 2 on the dice.
All right, is that that's a d6 minus 1, so that's 1 damage.
So how much does he have left?
Is
2.
I can't tell you.
It's like 2 or 3.
It hasn't. It's only taken 1 HP damage.
Alright, I go ahead and use focus on
Force.
force.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
It's a 1.
1 plus 2. That's 3 damage. You kill it. All right. So there are 4 wolves in the room, and I mean there are 4 dead, giant-looking behemoth dudes, in the room. They're dead. You and elevated hear the voice again. It says, he says, "I can't believe you killed all my slaves. I'll have revenge for this."
Well, we made an enemy. He ain't gonna have shit. We'll see you on the flip side, Mr. What's his name?
Mr. Silk. Mr.
Mr.
Silk. Yeah. By the way, you don't see him. You only hear him.
Alright. You know we're firing. We gotta loot. So just loot the room. Check the dead bodies.
All right.
We need to res. Can we res?
I mean, do you want to rest where possibly enemy you don't see could be in the room?
Res. You can't res my dead body.
You cannot bring you back from the dead. Not with the abilities you have. At a higher
How does he come back?
the only way to bring Kraven back from the dead would be cloning, but that's extremely expensive. Another way to bring him back from the dead would be having the spell for it, but the Tony won't be able to have that. It's a class spell that he can have, but he won't get that till like way later on.
So he has to start a new character.
Yeah, he'll either have to start a new character, or somehow y'all raise up the funds to bring him back alive. but that's like several thousand.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh, that boy got killed off the whole game. At least you that was like a starter character where you can now build them a different way.
Next quest with your, if you get a new character for the next quest, I'll start him off level 2 since Tony's gonna be level 2. Just so you know, both you, Elevated and Paige, search the corpses, and y'all find 2 handguns with very few bullets in them.
I'll just take the bullets.
Just the clips
Yeah.
and the ones in the chambers. Do you want to take the handguns? You could probably sell them.
Oh yeah, take the I'll take those too.
Okay.
And I'll take all the stuff that
They're just wearing rags. They're wearing rags and they got collars around their necks.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
all Kraven stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna leave them naked?
No, I wouldn't leave them naked. I just want is like the gear we found.
All right, cool. Do you want to just kind of take him, put him onto the ship so you can give him a space burial or something?
Yeah, we can give him a space burial.
All right, cool. All right.
Smoke a space blunt for him.
All right, so you make your way back to the ship, okay?
Yep.
And all of a sudden, you see a huge explosion from the ship. All right. But
yes.
Luckily for you, after several hours, like you see the explosion, but it doesn't kill y'all. But after several hours of waiting here, thinking that you're going to die, eventually another ship swings by and picks you up. Okay. This ship right here, the door opens up. Now next to y'all is the corpse of Kraven. It's Paige and you, okay? And the ship door opens up, and out of it you see a behemoth in armor, and it looks like Saiyan armor from like Dragon Ball Z, right? And he says to y'all, thank the fates, I decided to go through this asteroid field. Do y'all need help?
Yes, sir, we do. We do, sir. Lord brother from the northern region.
Well, then come aboard. Quickly.
Alright, I go. Well, it's probably kind of shady, but fuck it, let's go.
Alright, so y'all go onto the ship, you and Paige. And of course, he helps y'all bring Kraven's body onto the ship. He doesn't ask any questions. He assumes that what happened. I mean, he kind of comes to his own conclusions what happened, whether they be true or false, but he doesn't ask. Okay? And we'll pick up what happens next in the next quest.
Alright.
Cool. All right. So, all right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this adventure. We're gonna pick up with in the next with another episode sometime in the future. Hopefully, y'all tune in and check that out. Give us comments on what you think about this game. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the Nerd Steel channel, please subscribe and like this video. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later.